Something about the control getting to you. Welcome. Or should I say, wake the fuck up. There's a lot of things I could say to you. A lot of good things, too. Maybe I should say nothing. You see, you're my newest target. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Sorcerer Killer. Well, you might know me by that, but I do have a name. And you know it. Toji. And I think you know my last name. What was that? Back when we were in school together. That thing you used to say to me. You used to say how I do great things. That I could exceed Gojo, even. You were right. It almost makes me feel guilty about what I have to do to you. This smile is only a work phase. In reality, do you think I want to waste my time killing you? Do you think that's what you deserve? Is guilt getting to you, or am I? Something about the deadness in your eyes in meeting me like this. A reunion as messy as they come. Well, why don't you say something? I'm sure there's plenty on that mind of yours. No, don't take it so personally. If I'm being honest, I could have done a lot of things. I didn't yet. Do you really want to know why? Even when curiosity killed the cat. You're pretty bold, I like that. But a job is a job. Now there's two ways this goes. Either I keep you as a little fun pet to waste time and effort on. Well, you'd have to do whatever I say, however I say it, and we'd probably have to change how you look. Not that I don't enjoy it. Well, could always go the hiding you in my basement kind of feel. Don't give me that look. You look shocked. You know the alternative, right? You are my target. That expression makes it seem like this is a morgue. You're not dead yet, and I'm even giving you options. Where's my thank you? Good. So you do know how to hold some respect for your life's benefactor? You know I can't just let you go. If I were, I'd be the laughingstock of the entire sorcery world. And besides that, I'm a professional. I've never missed a kill. At least not a kill I didn't purposefully repurpose for some other reason. Of course you know that. You know all about me, don't you? It pays to keep in contact, but you didn't. I wonder why. Oh, that situation. Everyone makes mistakes, even me. What a strange little world it is. I have a son now. Does it make me more or less attractive, I wonder? Your eyes speak in both ways. But your mouth quivering like that makes you cute. My little kohai. You always were a genius. Even if we went to school together. You being my underclassman and all. It was interesting. This reuniting. I wonder how you got this bounty on your head. What did you do? Something sinister? But look at you, you're not a day different than way back then. It still feels nice, putting my fingers through your hair. So, little Kawaii, what do you want to make of this? What's left of your life? You can live it as my little pet to have fun with. You'll do whatever I say, simply because I'm your life's benefactor. And if I decide, I can always do whatever I want. If we're honest here, do you think I'm someone who would hesitate? I know what you want. You want freedom. Maybe I can give you that. Maybe you can give me something I want too. Something which nobody else seems to be able to give me. Entertainment, passion, love, affection, appreciation. You see, the women, the men, and everything in between, they disappoint me in such a primitive way. They lack that essence of interest, like toys that I play with until I break. Now, it may seem like what you know about me led you to think that I'm shrewd, maybe even wrong for my views, my toxicity, but is it really toxic when you're at the top of the world? No. Rule by power, by presence. And anyone who says differently is just a weak little soul, lost to their own inability to make a difference. You right now, you're stronger than weak, but not quite strong. Look at me. I said, look at me. See, that wasn't so hard. You should know better if you're going to survive. My words are your life. My touch, your pleasure. My intention, your everything. As much as I would like to say, freedom is just a touch away. My cute little kawaii, you have a lot to learn if you're going to be a good little pet. But isn't that too degrading? Then again, you might like that. You always were into the silent, devilish ones who could just kill with a look. And now you're at my mercy. Do you understand your position? Do you understand what you can do now? The options that I'm giving you. Maybe if you serve to please me, I might just agree to help you get a new identity, escape from your death sentence, and still keep you by my side. Then you might be able to go outside too, instead of living a life cooped up wherever I want you, doing whatever I want you. Or maybe I'll keep you that way forever. So I'll let you choose, because we are old friends. Little kawaii, will you choose life or death? That expression gets me every time. Every time I think you have a shred of dignity. I honestly thought for a moment you might choose the dignified answer, but you chose the answer of a swine. Kidding. I'd probably choose the same one. But Putting that aside, you know who I am. You know your purpose, and you know your limitations now. So it's only fitting that a pet has a collar. Of course, my intentions aren't just base needs. It's less a collar and more protection for you. This will hide your spiritual energy. Everything about you will be hidden for at least a little while. This will help us go together. That's why, coupled with wearing this, you might just make it out alive. You see, I wasn't the only one sent to kill you, so I have to deal with those little idiots first. I don't like people who clean up the scraps, the scavengers like rancid birds to prey. Only the prey doesn't fight back. Where's the fun in that? Now, shall we have an interesting display, you and I? No, shield your eyes. Close them for just a second. That's your very first order. Understood? Good. Peekaboo. You didn't actually think it was going to be that simple, did you? You can open your eyes and smell the bloodshed. It was over. Almost too boring. I hate when they die too quick. You need an interesting one like Gojo. The one that got away. Will you be another? And yet, your expression, it's got just enough gravel in it, Kohai, that I can see you in a different light, that I can see you for what you are. And it's so interesting to me how even then, there's more to it than just that. You seem almost excited. That foolishness is adorable. It is. Just a bit pathetic. And very much fascinating. Where do you think I'm taking you? My home, of course. Where you'll be living. Where you'll be tending to every need I have. Every command. Every little detail that I decide is your responsibility. That is what it means to be your life's benefactor. Don't you think it's fair? Oh, and that dignity of yours is so cute. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't need to specify, do I? What you'll be doing is only natural. What I need and you need is the same thing. Purpose, reason, entertainment. And I intend to share that with you for old time's sake. All the times I was too busy training, killing, the usual stuff. Oh, no, don't look at me like that. Don't give me those puppy dog eyes. If you want to keep them, that is. Do you actually think I'm that brutal? Ouch. I might be a senseless murderer, but I'm also kind of a cool guy. I had you simping for me way back when, didn't I? Why don't you just be a little more honest? If you're into something, you're into it. If you want something, you want it. I'm just honest to what I am. A powerful man with powerful desires and powerful intentions and powerful ends. I want what I want, and I don't give a shit about anything else. You know, even if I have blood relatives and family, it doesn't mean anything, does it? I don't let them tie me down. I could, and it would just be a repeat again and again of the same story. My life going irrelevant, and their life taking it over. But I wanted to prove that trope wrong. That's why I had a kid. I had him to prove that even that couldn't make me go irrelevant. That nothing could rip me off of the life I deserve. And you've got an interesting look there. What could you be thinking? Look at me. Yes, that's the look I like to see. Slightly confused, a tinge of fear, and an abundance of curiosity. You almost remind me of myself when I started everything, when I was still weak. Everyone starts that way. It's how you end up that changes. Day by day. Second by second. Why do you think that is? Because living creatures, they don't stay the same person for more than 50 days? By then, every cell in your body, every essence you have is a different person. How many different people have you been? More literally. That's what I want to know. What deep, dark secrets do you have in your life to have had that bounty on you? Someone needs to hate you quite a bit in order to send me. They also have to be pretty well off or desperate. Makes me really want to pick that brain of yours, get to the bottom of it. So, want to do the talking for once? I'll give you permission. I'm kidding, Kawaii. So talk. It'd be boring if you clam up now. There's so much to discuss and catch up on. Where did you go after graduation? So you went with the boring path, the standard issue. But even then, I can't say I'm surprised. You always were goody two-shoes. But even then, even among those who were good, you had that innocence about you that nobody else had. I wonder, where's that gone? I can see into your eyes enough to know you're not quite as innocent as you think you are. But somewhere you cling to it. Somewhere when you look me in the eyes, you'd rather lie to the face of your life's benefactor than admit to exactly what you are. So who was it? Who did you torture, murder, and or something more devious too? Oh, now we're getting somewhere. To think the innocent Kohai would be capable of such heinous things. You know, I almost think you should have chosen the other option. I'm not your confessional, but I might as well be. Even if I could be. Why would I confess? I've done more sins than you. Come on. Maybe we're both just meant to be like this. Maybe I underestimated you just a smidge. Do you want to know why? Are you dying to know? Well, you don't get to, and you should get used to being disappointed. Because when you are, you have this cute look on your face. And between me and you, I very much like when your face twists in dismay. Call me a sadist, but there's a lot of things we probably will get to know between the two of us. That scowl suits you just as well. Do you hate me, Kohai? Is your senpai here just washed up or too different than what you anticipated from my cold, unfeeling exterior? Yes, I did have those times. Why? Simply put, it was all about my plan. Everything I've ever done has been towards the same plan, the same concept and same idea, so much so that I was getting bored. You know what happens when I get bored? Well, you see, first, there's always someone involved. The first thing I do when I'm truly bored is I find a new toy. In this case, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That toy is you. And when I find that toy, or pet, or person, or someone who owes me everything, I play with them. And I get away with anything and everything. And do you know why? If this was a quiz, you'd be failing it. There isn't a specific reason. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need a reason. You don't need a motive. You don't even need conviction. All you ever need is to decide something in the heat of the moment. Or the biting cold. Every little touch has reason. Every little feel has a purpose. Then do you think, for a moment, that it was coincidence that I chose you? No, of course not. Do I look like someone so empty of thoughts, intentions, all those delicious, delectable things? They all taste more fine, life's pleasures, that is, when you get to experience them with someone who hates you. I guess you could say breaking is a habit, but you won't break like the other toys, will you? Instead, no, that would be too harsh for you. What I want more than anything is for you to want to be here. For old time's sake. I don't just want you to want to be here, no. I want it to become your everything. I want the feeling of your back against the wall to be as comforting as a hug from a loved one. My hands wrapped around your body, as cozy as can be. I want to do something right this time. Instead of always being the one who's killing and taking, destroying. I kind of want to feel what it's like to make somebody happy. You know, you could say I could do that to my son. I could actually be a father to him instead of abandon him. But I think he's better off for it. I'm not the nurturing type. There's some animals that just do better when they're left all to their own devices. And I think for both of our sakes, our paths not crossing works out quite well. Megumi will be fine. He's an adult now. He's doing his own thing. And if I'm brutally honest, He was there for me to prove myself. Using people just ends up being habit. But I'm not using you, no. Does it seem that way? Does it? No, you can be honest with me. I could be as witty as Gojo right now. Probably wittier. But what's the point? You already backed yourself into the corner. Willingly. Now the question is, what do you expect? The way your eyes look like that. The way when I get closer, you wince. Why is that? What do you expect of me? I'm not a monster, you know. I hunt monsters. Wait, isn't that a funny coincidence, actually? I hunt monsters, but I caught you. Were you someone's monster? Or was it more? A misunderstanding. A false positive. You know, I'm not trying to judge you here. But I'm curious because monsters are so fascinating. Curses, humans, they're all the same. Sorcerers end up being exactly what you'd think. And those who aren't, those who lack the talent and spit on everyone else, they're just so easy to strike down. So easy to make into nothing. Will you help me? Yes. You see, I'm looking for something more. I'm craving a little bit more of a resistance or embrace. I can't tell which. But I kind of want to know. I want to know which one feels more natural. And I want you to stand real still. That's right, and close your eyes. Well, if obedience was scored, I'd give you an A+. But let's see. Can you stand still if I get this close? If my hands and my breath go wherever they please, does that still keep you safe? Oh, your reaction was so honest. It was adorable. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. However, all I did was give you your first pet as a pet. I wouldn't do anything too much, right? If I were, it would be downright sinister. Taking your trust, leaving you here, forcing you to be my pet. But really, I'm saving you. Even if I did let you walk out that door, you know what would happen, right? You would never be safe again. Really, I am your savior. So, are you going to worship me? Are you going to give me every single ounce of what makes you you? I'm curious enough to give you that chance. Just intrigued enough to save you. But will you be a toy that breaks? Or a toy that stays by my side and becomes more than just a cowering fool, a monster? Maybe you'll become my everything. I I suppose it all depends on what choices you make, on where your allegiance is, and what makes you a monster or not. Little Kawaii, you should be careful. Though your nervousness is palpable, I think I could get used to this. Shall I tend to even those darker thoughts that reign? Or perhaps I should be that knight in shining armor that everyone seems to want me to be. Shall I be like Satoru Gojo? Or maybe like Sukuna? Which one scares you more, I wonder? And which one makes you peaceful? No, I don't want to be like either of them. The only thing I've ever wanted to be was me. So, shall I share it with you? My unapologetic self. Hopefully, you can handle it. Though I guess we'll know in time, won't we? I guess we'll find out in the most personal of You have a cute expression. You can open your eyes now, by the way. None of this was done for any other reason than getting to know you better. Of course, being your life's benefactor, there's so many things I could get away with. But I'm not that kind of guy. If I was, then, well, you'd see me as something different. Maybe I was at one point. One of those kind of toxic men. The type that everybody warns you about. But right now I saved your life. And for what price? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Aren't I a good man? As good as you remember? I certainly hope so. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so fun showing you true colors and showing you what you really are like. Why not? Tell me. No, better yet, show me. My little kawaii. What's it going to be going from here forward? What's it going to be with you and I? Where do I end and you start? Where does this bashful, crazy thing called romance even start or end? I'm sorry to tell you this, and perhaps it's a little late, but it's not easy to make me feel something. You might have your work cut out for you. If you're aiming so high, you'll need to be stronger. And then again, maybe I could teach you something. If I have the time to waste. Training pets is always so boring, usually. But maybe you'll be different. Maybe just for you, I'll make a simple exception. Do you know why? You are so far off, and it's not for you to know yet. Maybe someday, I'll tell you little secrets for why I chose you, my little monster. Instead, baby, you might want to get used to this house. This is going to be our home now, isn't it? I hope you like it. Of course, I'll be more demanding if you're not careful.